Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am currently at the 45,000 words point of my novel, so I thought I'd do a little update for you to explain how someone who has had and still has real confidence issues with her writing is now halfway through the edit. I've been working on my novel through one form or another for 13 years. This novel was the reason why I started my blog and joined an online writing community. It has evolved significantly since then, but I'm now at the point where I know what the story is about. This novel has been tapping on my shoulder, not wanting to be forgotten about for so long, and it's been fighting with my confidence, which was telling me that I couldn't do this. Last year, in 2019, I decided enough was enough, and I was going to crack on and finish this novel. So I thought I'd share how I got to this point, a point I never thought I would arrive at. Number 1. I started sharing my writing journey with this novel on YouTube. This is rather extreme and not for those who are of a nervous disposition probably, but I needed accountability, and by making regular videos, which you can see in this playlist, I forced myself to continue. I also began to talk about my writing a lot more on Instagram. Again, I get accountability, and when people know the name of my novel, it gives me a real buzz and I feel inspired to keep going. The book feels like a real thing. Number 2. Restructuring and outlining. As I hadn't worked on my novel for some time, I decided to refamiliarize myself with it. Then I started to deconstruct it. I broke down the chapters and did some background on the characters, all of which made me eager and excited to crack on with the next draft. Number 3. Index cards. Once I'd done an outline, I broke down the outline onto individual index cards, and I got quite detailed with it, and this has been invaluable. These index cards sit on my desk, and I always know what stage I'm at with my novel, as these cards have broken it down by scene, and I know what action needs to come next. If I have a few days away from my novel, it's easy to see where I start from again, which stops me from putting it off because it felt too daunting to get back into it. Number 4. Committing to only 10 to 30 minutes a day on my novel. To take the pressure off, I told myself I only had to write for 30 minutes a day, 5 to 7 days a week. Sometimes I only do 10 minutes, but all these words add up, and doing 10 minutes is better than none because I'm feeling overwhelmed. It also helps to keep the story uppermost in my mind. Number 5. Daily planning and putting this 30 minutes of writing every day into my planner. I plan out what I'd like to achieve creatively in a month. Then at the beginning of each week, I do a weekly plan. Every day I do a daily plan, and writing is always on there. I then undertake the writing activity just for the satisfaction of ticking it off. Number 6. My post-it system and my bullet journal tracking system, so I can see physically see my progress. The post-it system changed everything when I first started implementing it. This system is what I do my monthly planning from. It starts by identifying my goals for a quarter of the year. Then I divide the goal into projects and then into tasks. Every time I complete a task, I move the relevant post-it to the done sheet. In a similar way, my writing bullet journal also helps me by tracking my writing projects, particularly my novel writing. I write down my daily word count, colour in a rectangle if I've worked on that project that day, and track how far I've written in the novel and complete a log of what I've written that day. I love filling this in after every writing session. It shows my forgetful mind that I am making progress with my big writing projects and encourages me to keep going. If you would like any further information on any of these tasks that I do in order to push myself to write more, then I have linked all the relevant videos in the description box below. I've chatted in quite a lot of detail about all of these practices that I do, including the post-it task board and my planning and my tracking and log bullet journal and the index cards, and like I say, I will link all of those videos in the description box below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon for another video. Bye for now. Bye.